Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
Welcome to the Nerd Pow Wow. Follow us on YouTube where we upload new videos every Friday, or check us out on your favorite podcast platform. Spoiler warning, we do deep dives on characters, storylines, and theory crafting. With that said, Darkwayne, what are we talking about today?
Well, hey, nerds. So, talking about a TV show that's been around for a few years now, and now they have different spin-offs. I'm extremely enjoying it. I try to match his Miami attire. Our big serial killer, Dexter. He's got a code. He only kills people that deserve it. So that's what I picked because right now Resurrection's out, and I'm extremely enjoying it. And there are those few shows that you could go back and watch a million times. There's only very few. Dexter is one of those for me. So, what are your?
I can't wait to hear all about it, Wayne. Here on the Nerd Alert.
Nerd alert!
Yes.
All right, we got an intro. Let's go. Oh man,
I need a catchy theme song.
Yeah, right. We definitely need something catchy for the opening in this, but I watched Dexter right along with its release. Every episode I was waiting. Oh my gosh, the ice truck killer. I eat it all up. I love it.
Same here. When it came out, as kind of an accident, we fell on it. We got a free trial of Showtime back when Dexter started, and it just happened to be in like, hey, watch this. So we started watching it. And that was back when you had to wait a week to watch it, and then the season would end, so I'd get rid of my Showtime for the season. Once Dexter came back, I'd purchase Showtime again. And that's kind of what I do now with Resurrection. Once Resurrection's over, I'm going to get rid of my Showtime. So, it's something that I could seriously watch over and over and over again. I thought it was very well done. Michael C. Hall is... You don't see him in very much.
And I'm the odd man out because I watched the first few seasons of Dexter, and I just kind of faded off on it. It became very Monster of the Week for me, which sometimes really kind of turns me off. I need something new and engaging. I hear that it just slowed down for a little bit. I should go back and come back for the ramp up when it gets better in the last few seasons. So I'll probably give it a shot at one point, at some point in time. And it's funny that you mentioned that Dexter having a code. I never really thought of it like him having a code where he only kills serial killers. I know that that's the code. That's what his father or stepfather was trying to create there. He's trying to create the serial killer. But instead, I think serial killers always have their whatever they fetishize. And not necessarily in a sexual way. It's just their what they get their emotions off of. They're a sociopath, and whatever makes them feel in their
Something.
Serial killing, something. And that's just his. It just happens to be his. People, society just lucked out that there's a serial killer that gets his rocks off on killing serial killers. It isn't like he's doing it in some altruistic fashion, like he's really wants to be a good guy. He has no desire to be a good guy or a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's just a guy whose thing is killing serial killers. And you know what I mean? Which is kind of screwed up, but it's also kind of funny how his dad just kind of programmed him for it too.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's one thing not talked about a lot, but like, absolutely, the father he just decided that, oh, you're going to be a serial killer, so I better get ahead of that and not take you to a counselor, nothing. You go straight there.
He weaponized his own kid.
Yeah, but so Darkwayne, for a viewer like Mr. Moriaibane here, what would you suggest as far as the most recent season that came out? How'd you sell him on coming back to Dexter? Is this season more villain of the week, or is it kind of expand a bit more?
So really, the good thing about Resurrection, a lot of the time, the original Dexter, minus John Lithgow. I mean, he was perfect as the Trinity Killer. they also had Johnny Lee Miller. He's played in a few things. He played Jordan Chase. And then, of course, Julia Stiles was in it. But this one has Peter Dinklage and it has Uma Thurman. Those are very well-known actors. So, yeah, Resurrection, I mean, a lot of people that like Dexter have watched Resurrection. They're all caught up for the most part because they really ended Dexter, the original season, horribly. It really made fans bad. I mean,
yeah,
he goes out onto a boat into a hurricane. All of a sudden, he's a lumberjack, and then it ends. It ends for 10 years.
Well, you know, Wayne, and that's always been the sell for me with this this new Dexter stuff, right? I just wanted the season to end with him sailing off into the ocean, cut, fade to black. That's everything. That's how I chose to end the show, so that I'd still have that appreciation for it.
Because really, what I was rooting for was him to go off to Argentina with Hannah and Harrison. I was rooting for that. Rooting for that. He just couldn't do that. He just had to go try to kill himself into a hurricane.
You know, a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
And then, you know, New Blood was pretty good with Harrison coming and finding him. He found out that Hannah McKay had passed away.
Yeah.
And Harrison finally finds out who Dexter is and believes that he killed him. So when he comes in Resurrection, he's like, "What? Are you real? Are you real?" Because he had hallucinated multiple times for people that he had killed. So he thought Dexter was a hallucination at one point. And then it's really cool. Angel Bautista now doesn't believe that James Stokes was the Babe Harbor Butcher. Dexter's the Babe Harbor Butcher. I'm going to get him. That's a little cat and mouse.
That's a good little turn they put on that. I like that.
Yeah. And of course, the first episode they brought back James Stokes. I'm obviously he's a hallucination. He's dead, but surprise, motherfucker!
Surprise, motherfucker!
It's his famous line. This season is really, really, really good. And if you guys watched Original Sin, it's when young Dexter, young Deb, young Harry Morgan. But unfortunately, I guess they canceled it, so they're not going to be a season 2. So I don't know if I've talked this up enough. I'm just really passionate about it. I really like Dexter. I have a list of characters that I can every season. I'm like, there were a couple seasons, and Moriaibane, to your point, you might have been turned off by a couple of them. The Lila Tornay, when he went to AA meetings because he told Rita, I have a drug problem. And so he's going to these NA meetings. He meets Lila. Did not like Lila as a character. Actress is probably a great actress, probably a great person. But the whole thing is like, ah. And then Miguel Prado kind of lulled a little bit. Miguel just like when he just went off on his own, and Dexter had to kill him.
Yeah. Me get it.
But the last 2 seasons with Hannah McKay, I really like those 2 seasons.
I thought another part of it that kind of turned me off from going back to is I heard all of that like creeptastic stuff that goes on with Deborah. Like, she starts developing feelings for him.
Yeah.
I think the directors or writers are watching too much fucking garbage Pornhub or something.
Yeah, you are actually. I did not like that. She's in therapy, and I think the therapist was trying to convince her that she had feelings for Dexter.
Yeah, like it's weird. And then that was what the whole New Blood was, is him seeing her as his dark passenger. Is like that thing. I will say the newest one, Resurrection, looks appealing from what I'm seeing on little shorts and things like that. This older Dexter doing Dexter things. Mm-hmm. I like that, but
he's still in his 50s doing Dexter things.
I like the scene where he throws the leg overboard on the boat and he goes, "Oh, my back! Oh!" He rolls on the bottom of the boat for 15 minutes, just pulling his back muscle. Poor Dexter.
Now that is one thing that, I mean, they can't just have Dexter injured the whole series. I mean, but he got shot, just missed the heart. And he got shot. And within an episode or two, he's killing again. He's fighting people again.
Like, look, they're turning him into a horror movie monster. That's what they're doing. Is. They're like, all right, we're going to give him the Jason treatment.
I've never been shot, nor that I want to, but it feels like it'd be more than just a couple week rehab.
Yeah,
it would be something like months, maybe a year. But yeah, he's fighting. He took girl that played Jessica Jones, Kristen Ritter. She's in that as well.
That's a big selling point because she's great.
Yeah. She plays that marvelously.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
She really does.
Really enjoy her. She's a great actor. She used to play in a show called "Don't Trust the Bee" in Apartment B or something like that. It was hilarious. I've seen her in a lot of things, and she's always been. Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23. That's what it was called.
Don't Trust the Bee.
That was all her.
23.
She's just good.
And the last season of Dexter, I guess the lady that Harry used to take Dexter to, Evelyn, came around, and basically Dexter treats her as his mom. She's an older lady, and then it was her son that was the serial killer for that series. It was Oliver Saxon. So Evelyn's character, I mean, she was an older lady. I mean, you take what you can get, but that was something that, she advised Harry, and she knew that Dexter was going to be a serial killer. She had lost contact all those years.
Oh, she was the one who knew.
She knew.
She knew.
Yeah, she knew.
I see the devil's eyes in that boy. So no good killer right there. You better teach him how to kill.
And of course, I was much younger when it came out. So first episode, Deb calls Dexter, "Hey, I'm at this crime scene. These dead hookers. I need some help." He goes down there. She's wearing almost nothing. And because she's, part of Vice, she's pretending to be a prostitute. That's her cover. So that was a nice selling point to start Dexter. I mean, there was a lot of good points. We going forever with the different actors. Jonathan Lithgow playing the Trinity Killer.
Oh, he was amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
Lithgow in anything. John Lithgow is
very good
on talent. I don't think I've ever seen the guy in a role that I didn't just think he pulled off with great.
What was that sitcom he played in?
Third Rock?
Third Rock from the Sun, that's it.
Third Rock from the Sun. That was a good one.
I didn't like the show, but I continued to watch it because I really liked his character. I really liked John Lithgow.
Actually, I think that's very fair. I think that's a lot of people's experience with that show.
Yeah, it's crazy how he can play a complete psychopath, like a viable psychopath, to this like goofy alien who doesn't.
Right.
I think he was in I think it was the Sylvester Stallone one where he's a climbing instructor. Sylvester Stallone's a climbing instructor. Cliffhanger.
There's so many Sylvester Stallone movies that
original. It's called Cliffhanger. But not a bad movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not a bad movie. But John Lithgow's character in that is just like throughout the whole show, he's got this. He's a bad guy, and he has this bad guy girl that's with him, and they obviously have some kind of romantic connection. At one point in time, he's trying to get out with the money or drugs or whatever the hell it was he was trying to get that was dropped in the Arctic or up on the top of this mountain there. There's too much weight on the helicopter. So he just shoots the girl that he's been seeing in the whole episode. You think she's going to, she would get caught or anything. He just shoots her in the head and pushes her off the thing like true. Like, it was so viable and so shocking. Like,
you're no use to me anymore. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Astounding. I mean, it's just astounding the way he pulled that off. It felt dark. Her shock, that moment of shock when she realized what was happening.
And then another Julia Stiles played in Dexter, played Lumen Pierce. And I thought I heard that she was going to play in Resurrection, but they're already in episode 7, and I'm assuming they'd only go 10 episodes, so I'm not sure when they would bring her in unless they plan on a second season. I am bummed that they're canceling the second season of Original Sin. I really like that show.
Yeah,
and a Christian Slater in it.
Oh, that's the big selling point. I like Christian Slater a lot.
Yeah, and then Molly Brown. I never heard of her before, but if you had to pick anyone to be a young Deb, a young Jennifer Carpenter, it was amazing. She played the part perfectly, even with the swear words and everything.
How do you think they did with like handling evidence and stuff like that? Like, does it seem very accurate?
You know what? I think they tried, but they put like a back burner to that portion. Like the one time there was a body near the beach. Something, and Dexter stepped right into the blood. And the one episode where they went to that hotel room and it was full of blood, and then Dexter falls face forward right into it. So,
just things that would never happen.
Yeah, that's a big no in the evidence department.
Fair.
So, and then instead of, he just comes out and there's blood all over his hazmat suit that he had on. So obviously, in the real world, if that were to happen, he'd have to place that in evidence because it has the blood, but they'd probably have to take swabs of all the blood that followed him out of the building.
Oh, and I'm sure there's like a protocol for that individual too that's coated in blood.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So, no, it was good for TV. And for the most part, unless you're in the police world and the evidence world, you really don't. You can make it look good. And some people
from my perspective,
realize,
from my perspective, it's like, okay, this all seems like reasonable stuff that they probably would do. And sure, like the silly stuff followed in the blood and whatnot. Yeah. It's like, okay, maybe that wouldn't happen, but it's they're telling a story, so I get that.
Yeah, there was, to be honest, they really did a good job editing. Like, if there wasn't any evidence collection, you never really saw what they did with the evidence, unless it pertained to the story or something like that. Because sometimes Dexter would get little blood scrapings, stick in his pocket, so he'd use it at a later time. So, and then, the records where all of a sudden they just mysteriously disappear. That's probably a huge no-no.
Yeah, I'm sure. I
always felt like, even they did that in the first few seasons that I watched, and I always felt like that was really like, this stuff disappears, and people are like, oh, that's odd, and then they just kind of like
right.
They're hunting for somebody at that point. Like,
that's a huge issue.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a big deal.
Yeah,
that's an internal investigation all day.
But I can never, Dexter at one point followed the ice trick killer and he threw a severed head on his car. What really is the protocol if you have a severed head?
It's true.
Does it just go to the morgue? Because, it is a dead body piece.
That's curious. How much of a body do you have for it to be considered a body?
I don't know.
That's kind of like, is the head like we have a body, or do we have a limb or an appendage?
Because what if you're quadriplegic or someone that's lost all arms and legs?
Yeah.
It's still a body.
I guess it depends when it was cut off of the person. If the person died and then the parts were removed, I think those are all body. But if that person had an arm cut off the month prior and that's just sitting somewhere, they're already started to heal, like, that arm's not a body. I wouldn't count that,
It had to have died with them.
Yeah. I think it has to be a part of the body at first to be still body afterwards.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not like an amputee that lost their leg years ago.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I think that leg wouldn't count as a body anymore. It's just medical waste, really, if we're being honest. Wow, what a great way to end a nerd alert, talking about quadriplegics and dismembered bodies.
That's Dexter. He is the relatable serial killer, if that's a thing. You like him. You want him to get away with this. You want him to continue living. You know, I didn't want him to go into that hurricane. I wanted him to go to Argentina with Hannah.
Yes.
He's relatable somehow, some way.
Good stuff. Well,
that's my take on it.
There you go. So where can we watch Dexter New Blood?
It is on. So what I do is I have Paramount Plus with an edition of Showtime. But Showtime, wherever you get it, that's how it's on.
Awesome. Yeah, I know it's on Amazon.
As well, yeah.
Yep.
You can show that through Amazon Prime as well.
Yep, sure can.
All right. Well, nerds, we will catch you later. Bye.
Nerd alert.
Nerd alert.
Nerd alert.
Nerd alert.
Nerd
Nerd alert.